Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I got another white paper, actually a gameplay review here for you today. It's Immerse. I have no idea how this one has not been brought to my attention prior to now. Um, this one, people are sleeping on, and I'm amazed. This is quickly jumped into one of my potential top games for 2022. Obviously, there's a lot of that's still left to do. There's still some issues and some challenges that they have. But the game mechanics of this is far beyond anything on Wax at this point in time. I'll go ahead and I know it's a bold statement, but it is far beyond. It is a 3D game that is actually live right now. So you can run around in the game, you can gather, you can collect things. It's I I can't say so much about it. I'm at a loss for words right now, but I've been playing for the last couple days. It was brought to my attention. I reached out to the team. They were kind enough to give me a few tools, and just so you're aware, I will be doing some future videos and doing some NFT giveaways for some of these tools. Uh, it's it's something that they have nailed it on the mechanics perspective. It is a massively multiplayer uh, play to earn NFT Metaverse. That is a tongue twister for me, at least. Probably not for you. Um, this game is potentially you can already interact with people in game. There's a chat in the game. You can run up and you can talk to people in game. You can go to different sections. They're going to have a marketplace that is actually a marketplace you can go into. You can go out and you can gather. Just a lot of neat things. I'm going to show you in this video different parts of the game itself. We're actually going to go out there. We're going to gather some things. Hopefully we can pull a few NFTs. I'm going to craft some things for you just to give you an idea of what it looks like in game. And then down the road, we'll do some more in-depth videos with each of the different characteristics. As you can see here, I'm on the website right here. It's immerse.io. It's mostly right now it's a gathering type of game, but also has the marketplace section to it that I think they're going to grow out quite a bit. You can make your own store. You can make your own business by be crafting. There's player versus player type of gameplay to it, arena type of gameplay. There's a lot of different aspects to it that are going to come out here in the near future. Um, I'm not going to go through this video because I'm actually going to show you in game here shortly. Um, right now it is in the beta, but you do not, on the website you see that you need this card. You do not need this card right now. So that's a good thing. That's one less thing that you need to go through. It's suggested that, at least from my perspective, you should just go out and at least get one tool, whichever floats your boat the best. There are some things that you can do in the game without NFTs, so you can go ahead and test it out. The one thing that is a caveat, actually two things here, before we dive too far into the details. Two things. This is not web-based, so you do need to download a client in order to play it. And it's for Windows right now. I don't think there's a Mac version. So you can do that by just going to play. It'll go through the process of downloading and installing. So that is one thing that's not super familiar with those that play Wax games. But if you play any games outside of Wax, there's a download that needs to happen. This game reminds me a lot of um, Mirandus that's coming out, at least what I expect Mirandus, what is going to look like when it comes out for the Gala games. The gathering, the marketplace is kind of futuristic, which I find interesting. The marketplace is futuristic, but they have the primitive element of gathering in wide open spaces also. So that's the marketplace is a little bit different than Meridius is going to look like. Also, just the gathering and the crafting and the grinding reminds me of a multiplayer game. Anything from World of Warcraft to Minecraft to the graphics are a lot better than Minecraft. We'll throw that out there. Even when I first got into gaming way back in the day with Asheron's Call, this reminds me a lot of those things. Okay, so let me, instead of rambling, the other issue that I wanted to mention was with the tokenomics. They are light years ahead of every other game right now in mechanics, but from a tokenomics perspective, they're having some challenges. In talking with the dev team, they're working through those challenges, and they expect to be fix those challenges soon. But they don't have a token that you can collect in game yet. They do have a token that's available. It's called Fate. You can get it on the Alcor market. You can use it um, through the website to purchase different things, and I'll show you that with crafting here soon. But the actual earning in games is going to come here in the near future. Hopefully, early Q2. I'll let you read through the roadmap here. I'm not going to go through all the details. I'd rather just jump right in there and show you the game. So let me go ahead and jump over there now. When you first log into Immersys, this is what you see. You're basically in the town center. As you can see, the graphics are pretty good, especially for a wax game in 3D. Uh, so the first thing you're going to want to do is run over here, which is straight ahead, and it is called the drop shop. I have all my tools, but in order to get your initial tools, you go in here, and it's going to open it for you, and you have axes and pickaxes and nets, fishing poles, and I think there's soon going to be weapons, and there's shovels. And what you do is you see it when I go over the shovel here. In the bottom right, it says inspect. If you go ahead and hit E, it's going to bring the second screen up, and it's going to show you it costs 50 wax in order to get the rusty shovel. So to purchase, you go ahead and click here. I'm not going to purchase it since I already have it. It'll go through the authentication process, and that's how you go ahead and get your different tools that you need. Each one of them serves obviously a different purpose. Fishing, you can see in my hand right now, I have a pickaxe. There's nothing on those shelves. Pickaxe is used for mining. There's butterflies and different bugs around that the nets are for. And then you have the axe, which is obviously for chopping down trees. I'm going to show you each of the examples here shortly. But you go ahead and you pick the one that you want, and you actually see, if you look around, there's different advertising, which is neat, coming obviously going forward. I'm going to focus today's game walkthrough on just specifically the gameplay of this one, not necessarily the other features that you can have. For example, people can create their own NFTs. You can advertise. You can do different things like that. Not going to go through all those details. Just wanted to focus on the key items. All right, now that you have your tools, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and go to your basically your menu by hitting tab, and then this comes up. It's still in the inspect from when I inspected that shovel. You see the little home screen here. You click on that, and it comes to this. If you go to this first one, which is the V App Store, it gives you a whole lot of options of different things, mostly from a default perspective. These are the key ones. Inspect you'll use for the tool shop, and also when you're running around, it'll give you information on each of the items, and I'll show you that here in a second. And the other main thing that, especially in day one, that you want to focus on is the avatar application. You click on that, and this basically shows everything for you. I can change my hat by clicking on my hat and then switch into a new hat. This whole screen here will get better. I've already said that. As you open up NFTs, you'll get more options as far as different things that you can select. So there's a whole bunch of options that are out there. But as far as equipping your tools, if you go down here, you'll see you have 3 slots. I wish you had all 5 slots, but you only have 3 for now. If you go ahead and click on one, you'll see that I can switch it out for, say, the fishing pole. And then if I hit 3 on my screen, once I get out of this, if I hit 3, and of course now it's not going to do it. Sometimes there we go. Fishing pole's not coming up, but if I hit 1, you saw the axe pop up. It does take a second for it to come up. And that's how you cycle through each of your tools when you're back to this screen. this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. And if I want to swap out my fishing pole for the net, I can go ahead and do that. All right, so now that you have it equipped, let me just show you a few other things. You have your stats, which the neat thing about this is, as for example, if I'm just chopping down trees to try and get logs, I have levels. If I go and highlight over this, you'll see that I am level 3 woodcutter. And obviously, the more trees I chop down, the higher that level gets. From a warp or a mining perspective, I'm still level 1. Herbalism, I'm still level 1, and just all the way through, I have the different levels. And I'm told as you improve your level, the chance of NFT drops increases, and I think also the speed of you using that skill gets faster. On this side, you also have some additional over the basically overall skills. I'm not quite sure yet how to boost this up. I'm still working through some of those details. My primary focus has been here on the gathering and survivability skill, because every time you do any of these skills, it does increase this. So those correlate. As you can see, I'm level 2. I'll soon be level 3 with the gathering and survivability. All right, so let's go ahead. Battle, I haven't gotten there yet. Let me take you out to the wild and show you just the mechanics and the gameplay. As I mentioned earlier, I love the mechanics of the game. It's what I pictured and what I'm used to as far as when I used to play, like I said, Warcraft, Asheron's Call, games like that. You run up to something, you click on it, and you chop a tree down. So a little tip when you're running, um, if you hold down Shift, you sprint. There's no stamina, so you can sprint as long as you want right now. I'm assuming they're going to add stamina down the road. But to go to the wild, obviously, you run out this portal, which says the wild, and you just run right into it, and it's going to take you to the wild. And if you give it a second, it's going to load up here, and now I'm out in the wild. You have a number of things that you can gather. If you don't have the wax to buy any tools yet, you can actually run around and just grab the plants. You don't need any tools for that. You just go up to them, see where it says, you see that little fist that's in the middle of the screen, and then you left click, and it pops up. And you just gather, and you see those little orbs that are popping up. Those are the experience points. That's how you level up. And then you just go through. What I'm going to try and do is, just for transparency's sake, in order to get an NFT drop, it takes some grinding. I'm hoping as I show you some of the, and as I say that, I got an NFT drop right here. You see that right there? So once something drops, you got to go ahead and pick it up. And you see on the right of my screen, it said collected hemp. And it's going to say it's been sent to my wallet. There you go. So I was able to get an NFT there as we're chatting. So it's as simple as running around and grabbing the different items. I'm not going to do all these because I want to show you the rest of them. All right, let's go ahead and move forward. These little butterflies, that's where the net comes in. And you grab those. And I, again, full transparency, I have not been able to get an NFT of the butterflies yet. I'm hoping, as I say that, one will pop up here. But you just run around and you grab these butterflies. The thing that you have to keep in mind is not all of them. You won't, if you only have rusty tools, you won't be able to collect everything. You won't be able to cut every tree down. For example, the first trees that you come across, you can't cut these down with a rusty axe. So if I come over here, it doesn't give me the chance to cut it down. I can hit E, and it's going to take a picture of it and show me that it requires a level 2 tool. So that's helpful. And then you hit escape and you're back at it. Let me run ahead, and I'm sprinting right now. The graphics on this is great, especially for a wax game. And let me show you this. These are ones that I can't collect. Same with these over here. I can't collect those, but if I hit E, it shows that I need a level 4 tool to get those. But let me go over to mining, show you how the mining works. Just bring over here. There's a few nodes over here. All right, we got copper here, and we have tin here, and then we have iron over there. So I go to the pickaxe, and you see the little pickaxe sign comes. And this you have to hold down, left click, and you see it working, and then it's done. There you go. And you just go to the ones that you can mine. This one I can't mine. All right. So a lot of the time you're going to go through, you're going to just basically be chopping, mining, and hoping that an NFT drops. I apologize, this video is actually getting kind of long. Here we go. These are the trees that you can chop down with the rusty tools. And there's quite a few of them right here, so it's actually a good place to mine a bunch. As you're harvesting and chopping, there's a chance of dropping blueprints, and the blueprints are needed to craft anything in game. And the one thing that's neat and also kind of painful is that the blueprint NFTs are non-transferable. So you cannot get a bunch of the drops and then trade them to other people. The only way that you can craft items is if you go out there and you grind and you get the blueprints. And similar to what you saw before with when the NFT dropped, it'll be like a scroll that drops and a little music tone will play. It's kind of neat, and I've only been able to get one blueprint so far. And it's kind of funny because I got it on, it's literally the second NFT that I got. So it was a bit of a grind. As you can see, I'm sitting here chopping and chopping and chopping and nothing's dropping. So it's a bit of a grinding game. But it's, if you're familiar with World of Warcraft or anything along those lines, it's a grind. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. So it all depends on the style of gaming that you like. So I've showed you mining, I've shown you herbalism, I've shown you wood cutting. There's a few other ones. I'm going to show you fishing and how to use the shovel to dig up dirt. So you run over here, and it's a pretty big land, and there's material everywhere for you to try and search out. I'm going to run over to the lake to show you fishing. So you can see it's, like I said, the graphics are pretty neat, especially for a game like this. And I think they're only going to improve, which is great. All right, these things is where you're going to go ahead and use the shovel. So I'm going to go ahead and tab. I'm still in the inspect screen, so I'm going to hit home, avatar, equipment. So I'm going to remove the net and put fishing rod there. I'm going to remove this guy here and do the shovel. So now I can go up these and I can dig them up. These are all along the lake. Just dig them up, and what you'll get from these is sand, and depending on where you dig, obviously what level you have will determine what NFT eventually drops. All right, and then the last is fishing. So if you come out to the water here, you see most of it's very flat, but you'll occasionally see this bubble here. And so if I switch over to my fishing rod, you see the fish comes up, and you just do the same thing. And the weird thing about this is you can run on water. So I'm assuming this is going to change down the road. They'll add some sort of swimming aspect to it. But if you want, or if you're looking for fish, you just come running up. You see the bubbles again. You can actually see the fish underwater. And then you just do this. I have yet to get an NFT for fishing, but I know they are out there because I've seen them in the secondary market. So I'm going to run over here. I know there's another fish over here. The spawn places are static. So if you get a nice little pattern going, you can just run your pattern and grab it on the run. As you see I'm doing here, you keep seeing the bubbles. Oops, almost got that. And then you figure out a pattern and you just keep going. Quickly switch your tool, dig up some things, and you can just jump back and forth pretty quickly. That's basically the gameplay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a lot more detailed guides for each of the individual skills, for just a lot of the different things that have in game. There's a lot, and I know I used It's almost 15 minutes just going through this little gathering tutorial. But if it's a game you kind of like, if you like the Warcraft, if you liked any of those kind of games, um, and this may be the game that you like. So let me quick switch back over. Uh, Actually, I'm going to save that for a second video. Uh, if you like this kind of game, if I know a lot of people on Wax, they are a lot more familiar with um, the click-to-play games. So this may not be your style, but it's something that I've been looking for in a Wax game, and it's there's just a lot more potential with this, a lot more longevity. The fact that only the people that get the blueprints for the crafting can actually craft, that makes it a whole lot more limited, and even more of a reason to get in early before this really blows up. So if you have all the crafting items early, all the new players are going to come to you for help to try and get the different items. So go ahead and check this out. Uh, I wanted to show you one more thing before we go ahead and close out this video. I know it's getting a little bit long, so I apologize for that. But there's just so much in this game that I want to show. The crafting, I just wanted to quick do a quick crafting for you. Right now, the crafting process is a little clunky. I'm assuming down the road they'll find a way to put this in the game. I'm not in the game right now. I'm just in on their website. If you go to their website, go to game and go to crafting, it'll show you this page. Um, it shows you all the different blueprints that you can get. I'm not saying these are the blueprints I have, but these are the ones that are available. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you that, um, show you how to craft a birch plank. This is the tree that I was, as you saw earlier in the video, that I was chopping down. One of the things that you need in order before you do that is what you call energy in game, and the energy cost 500 fate. Fate is the in-game token, which is still a little. They're still working through some challenges with the token, but you can buy the token on the Alcor, and then go to the website here to buy your energy. It costs 500 fate. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and I'm going to buy. Um, going to go ahead and buy one of the energies because I'll need that here in a second. I'm going to go ahead and go back, and I'm going to craft this birch plank. So you go ahead and click on the item that you want to craft. It's going to ask you to check your Wax wallet because it wants to see if you have the stuff. You see that I have the blueprint. This is the item that needs the drop. It's not transferable. I was able to find one of these. I was able to pull 10 birch logs. I actually have 16, but you only need 10 for this. And then the energy that I just bought. So if I go ahead and hit craft, it's going to ask me to authenticate again. And then you see that my number got reduced. So just to confirm that I got it, if I go over to Atomic Hub where my wallet is and I hit refresh, it's going to show that. There you go. This is the log that I just created. You can see that it's still calculating as far as the mint number. These are just a whole bunch of the different things that you can get in game. You saw at the beginning of that little gathering clip that I showed you. This was the NFT that dropped. These level one, I want to call them level one NFTs that you gather aren't worth a lot. I'll throw that out there. They aren't worth a lot. It's like any new game. It's the new items are like commons, but you need to work through that in order to build up your skills to get to the next level. The birch plank is a little more. It's almost 2x. Depending on the time of day, it's between 1.7 and 2x. But then when you go up to the next item, that the bronze axe, and let's go ahead and do that quick. The bronze axe is what you use the birch planks plus a um, bronze ingots, and they create this. Let me just show you the lowest, which is 56. So that's how you start working up. And as you start getting up there in the higher tiers of items you can craft and get the blueprints for those higher tiers, then that's when you start making money. You can either make money by crafting them yourself or doing a crafting service. If you go over to the Discord, there's a lot of people that are doing crafting services. Basically, you give that person the items and plus one or two, and they'll go ahead and they'll craft it for you, and you basically get that fee. There's nothing out of pocket. So there's definitely some bonuses here, some ways that you can profit down the road when they fix the token. As I mentioned earlier, the token is their biggest struggle right now. Once I think that is resolved, I think this game is going to blow up because they are at a point in their mechanics that no other game on Wax is right now. They're on point. I really enjoy that. They're obviously not the click to play. They are the more of the style of you get into there, you build a character, you level a character, and it's a game. It's an online role playing game. So if you like this kind of stuff, I really enjoy this kind of game. It's there for the long haul. It's there. It's fun to play. It's a bit of a grind right now. That I won't shy away from. It's a grind to get the NFTs. Um, but I think as you level up, that grind gets a little bit easier because it goes faster. But it's definitely something that I'm going to be making a lot of videos on. I can already, just by playing this for a few days, see about 10 to 15 videos that I want to make to highlight some things for it. So there will be more videos coming out on this. I'm very optimistic on this one also. This one has gone up on the tops of my list if they can just get that token issue resolved. Which in talking to the guys on the team, they expect that to be resolved here in the very near future. So I hope you all like this. Comment down below if this is the kind of game you like. I know a lot of people, like I said before, like the games they don't have to log in much, but I know there's a big following for games like this, especially like on the Gala network. There's people that want to spend a lot of time in games and do a lot of the activities and earn things, NFTs and coins. So I think there's a big audience for this. It's just not yet on Wax, but it will be shortly once these games really start to hit Wax. All right. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Sorry again for the longer video. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Bye.